my name is Kat and today I'm doing my April book haul. So I was kind of thinking that I was gonna have a smaller book haul this month, and that is not quite the case. If you compare it to like my birthday book haul, then yes, it could be considered small. But if you compare it to like a normal person's monthly book purchases, then small is not the word I would use to describe it. I have 13 books to show you guys today, so let's get into it. I will start with the books that I received from publishers for review. So first up, from Chronicle Books, I received Elena Vanishing by Elena and Claire B. Dunkel. This is a memoir, and if you've been watching some of my recent videos, then you might know that I've really been enjoying nonfiction, specifically memoirs lately. This one is about 17-year-old Elena and her struggles with an eating disorder. And this memoir was actually co-written by Elena and her mother, who also wrote her own memoir of her perspective on the experience of raising a daughter who was dealing with an eating disorder. So yeah, individually or together, they both sound like really fascinating reads. And these are actually advanced copies that Chronicle sent me, so thank you again, Chronicle. But if you guys are interested, they are both coming out on May 19th. Next up, from Harper, I received Magonia by Maria Devana Headley. I actually don't know too much about this book other than the fact that it A, has a beautiful cover, like this is just gorgeous, and B, it's been endorsed by Neil Gaiman, which is very promising, and C, I've seen a lot of reviews that compare this to Neil Gaiman and Laini Taylor. I'm sold. I want to read this. Is it pretty underneath? Ooh, it's pretty underneath. Next up, I have some books that I received from Penguin. First is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa, and this is an arc, but I will probably be buying myself a hardcover copy pretty soon because the hardcover is super beautiful. This is a debut novel that is about to come out on April 28th, and it's actually going to be the Booksplosion Book of the Month for May. This month we're working with Penguin, and I am super excited about that because not only did I already really want to read this book, but I got to actually meet Sabaa and talk to her about her process in writing this book and the publishing process and the fact that it's already been optioned for a movie, and just meeting her was so cool and made me want to read the book even more. Also, where I met her was the set of the book trailer shoot, and it was just so beyond cool to see all the actors and to be on a set and just witness all of the energy and effort and attention to detail that was going into this book trailer. It was really awesome, and if you want to see the trailer, click on the book right here, right now, to go watch that. But yeah, again, I'm really excited to read this one. I've just heard nothing but great things about it. I'll go ahead and put all of the Booksplosion read-along info down below in case you are interested in joining us this month. Then I have here Miss Mayhem by Rachel Hawkins, and this is the second book in the Rebel Belle trilogy. I absolutely loved Rebel Belle. It was one of my favorite books of last year, and I was super excited to get my hands on this one, and I have already read this one, and I did not love it quite as much as Rebel Belle, but I did still like it. However, I will get more into details in my April wrap-up in a few days here. Stay tuned! Then I have here Catalyst by Lydia Kong, which is the sequel to Control and the conclusion to that duology. It's a duology. I am pretty bummed out about the cover change. Like, this one isn't terrible, but this was so pretty. It was shiny, and the blues and the purples, it was super pretty. Why? Why? Frustrating cover changes aside, I am still looking forward to giving this a read and seeing how the story wraps up. And the final book that I received from Penguin was Half Wild by Sally Green. This cover still matches its first book, and it's super shiny. I love a shiny cover. It's actually kind of so shiny it's messing up my white balance. Stop! Behave! White balance return! Anyways, I gotta hold it like this so the shininess isn't overpowering. Ha! You're blind! I actually have not yet read the first book, but I do really like marathoning books, even if it's just 2 books and not like the entire series. So now I have 2 books, maybe I'll give those first 2 a good marathon. So those are all of the books that I received from publishers, and let's move into the next section of this book haul, which is graphic novels. Been reading a lot of graphic novels lately, and I gotta say, I'm enjoying it. So first, I have the second volume in the Deadly Class series by Rick Remender and Wes Craig. I just read the first volume last month and was super excited to hear that volume 2 just came out, so of course I had to buy it. And then I have here the first volume in the Lumberjane series, and this was actually a gift from my friend Jesse. He came to California to visit for Y'all West earlier this month, and he brought this for me as a present. So thank you again, Jesse, for this. It's beautiful, and I can't wait to read it. Moving on to the next category of this book haul, which is the Brandon Sanderson category. It's becoming a recurring feature here, but not for much longer, because I think this is the last Brandon Sanderson book that I needed, and now I have it. And it is Firefight by Brandon Sanderson. This is the sequel to Steelheart, which I actually have not yet read, but I'm going to. I'm going to read Steelheart, I'm going to read this, I'm going to read The Way of Kings, and Elantris, and Warbreaker. I'm going to read all of the Brandon Sanderson books, okay? And now I own almost all of them, so I can do just that. Next up is the why the hell not include that in the book haul category, and the one book I have here is the UCB Improv Manual, because I'm taking classes at UCB and I had to buy the improv manual, so why the hell not included in the book haul? And the final category of this book haul is relatively new releases that I really wanted to read. So I have here The Winner's Crime by Marie Rutkowski. This is the sequel to The Winner's Curse, and it just came out in March, and I have already read it, so I'll talk more about it in my wrap-up in a few days. And finally, I have here Dream a Little Dream by Kirsten Gear. This is the first book in Kirsten Gear's newly translated into English trilogy, and it just came out this month, so I bought it. And I really wanted to read it this month, but there's only like 2 days left in the month, so I don't think I'll be able to, but I will be reading this soon. Alright, there you have it. That was my April book haul. Those were all of the books that found their way into my little hands this month. And that is it for this video today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night, and I will have another video up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye! Hello, my name is Kat, and today I'm doing in my eye. What the fuck was that? Magonia by Maria Devabda. Next up, I have Miss Mayhem by Rebel Bell, the sequel. No, what am I saying? I got all confused up in there. Catalyst by Lydia Kong, which is the sequel to what's another 10 books when that is 1% of the TBR. That's not entirely accurate, but it's close. Yeah, I got a lot of reading to do. That is nothing new. Stop rhyming.